I remember every time I come here, I sit down here and I feel immediately at home. It's so, like in a split second, you are back here. And that's the beautiful thing of having a home, I think, of having a city where you are born, and where the people know you, where the people know your name, where you are accepted, and where you are, when you have your friends.
This place where André Rieu calls home is Maastricht, a town of about 175,000 people located in the southern portion of the Netherlands. André was born in Maastricht, and despite his huge success all over the world and his option to live anywhere, he chooses to remain in the place where he first learned to play the violin. Honestly, though, I'm sure it wasn't a difficult decision. Maastricht is a beautiful town filled with history, and I'm not just saying that because I read it in a travel book. I saw it for myself. André Rieu invited me to his home, well, actually, I mean his castle, to offer his Channel 9 fans an inside look into the private life of the great maestro.
It's a long walk. Yes.
How are you, Anne-Marie?
I'm well. How are you, André?
Nice to have you here. You brought the best weather in the world.
I'd like to think so. Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
André Rieu has made a name for himself as a world-class violinist, and he's built an entire empire on his talents. But it's no surprise. He grew up around music. His father was a conductor, and when he was just a child, he heard his first waltz.
It struck me immediately. When as I told you, my father was a conductor, I went to his concerts, and then every now and then during the encores he played waltzes. And you know, the whole concert, I was 4, so I was not conscious of everything, but I saw and heard that everybody around me was very serious, and it was very scary for me. But then during this waltz, suddenly everybody was smiling and moving and humming, and then I thought, my God, this is what I want. This is what I want.
André studied at the Music Academy in Brussels and spent years making a name for himself performing with various orchestras. In 1987, André established the Johann Strauss Orchestra, and he's been called the Waltz King of Europe. André is about to launch a tour in Japan and then the United States. But when he's not touring the world, Maastricht is where you'll find him.
I think, you know, when you look to this place, I want to die here. But not yet. First I come to St. Louis.
Well, let me ask you this. When you come to St. Louis, what are people going to see? What is going to be different about this show?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything. Only one thing will not be different, and that is the atmosphere.
And knowing André, his upcoming tour will be filled with excitement and drama. After all, he's a showman who communicates through his music. But I wanted the details. He has a supporting cast of 50-plus musicians, and as he said, everything would be different. But how?
Right.
Ah, you mean the program?
Right.
I'm not going to tell you.
Why?
It's a surprise.
Aw. This was I came all this way for the sneak peek. I get nothing?
Okay,
no
so
scoop?
Go back. That was it. Thank you very much.
Shoot.
No.
Well, I tried, but I figured since I wouldn't be coming home with the inside scoop on André's next concert, I might as well snoop around his castle and see how he spends his free time.
So, let me invite you in. Please come in into the house of D'Artagnan. You know D'Artagnan?
Oh.
Yeah, the musketeer?
Oh, yeah.
Was fighting for the King of France. He had his last breakfast in my kitchen before dying for the walls of Maastricht.
That's got to be hard to live up to.
No, it's inspiring. Come on, I'll show you.
Okay, so obviously I had no idea who he was talking about, and honestly, I still don't. But I think I faked it okay.
Especially just 2
Did
rooms.
it need a lot of restoration?
Yeah.
André bought this nearly 600-year-old castle with his wife Marjorie, and like most older homes, it's in a constant state of rehab.
It's like an old lady, and you know, when you repair the arm, then you have
Right.
to repair the other arm, and you go
It's
on
that
like
ongoing
that. It's an ongoing
process.
process, but it's what I like, and It's very, very romantic to live here. Very, very romantic.
I can imagine.
And this empty wall there.
It's waiting for the perfect thing?
That's it. It's waiting for the perfect Rembrandt.
How many rooms does it have?
I actually don't know. I don't know.
I'll have to go around and count.
So it must be larger than I thought. So here we have our Christmas dinners, and when we are along with a lot of friends. Then
when you and your wife eat together, you don't eat on opposite
No,
sides
we eat
of
in the
table.
kitchen. No. Can you imagine me here and she
Pass
there?
the salt.
Like the king and the queen?
Yeah, pass the salt, please.
Andre spends much of his time on the road touring, but he has a travel partner to keep him company. And his partner has more bodyguards than he does. Andre creates his music on an authentic Stradivarius.
And I've one of the first Stradivari. It's actually his second violin. He was 23 years old when he made it. And the first time I played...
Which would have been when?
It's out of the year 1667.
Do you keep it here?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Does it travel with you?
Yes, always.
Always?
It sleeps with me. Yeah, really.
What does your wife think about that?
Oh, she's not jealous. Here's my wife, here's the violin, here's mine. So that is really... And it's true. You know, the ambiguous thing is of being an instrumentalist is that you, of course, you want to socialize, you want to have your life with your friends and your wife or your children. On the other side, there's always this instrument saying, play me, come here. And it's really true.
Well, what
I'm
about your
speaking now
kids?
with you, but in fact, I would like to play.
Oh, well, I won't take it personal.
No.
You've got a violin in
Don't
between you and your wife, so that, you know, I can't be jealous. What about your kids?
It's no surprise that Andre feels so passionately about the violin. He's built his entire life around the sound that it makes.
I knew the first concert I can remember, and I must have been 3. I asked my mother. I knew that it was what I wanted. I heard this violinist playing, it was a girl, and I heard the strings in the orchestra. And I thought, my God, it struck my heart, and I still think the string sound is the most beautiful there is. It's so beautiful.